Up, everyone? I've seen Star Wars The Force Awakens a couple of times now, and I have a theory that I think may be where the story heads towards episode 8 and a little bit into episode 9. What my theory basically is that I believe Rey is going to turn to the dark side. Now, hear me out, right? When you really think about it, right, throughout the movie Star Wars The Force Awakens, we see that Rey is really good at melee combat, as we saw with the use of her stick. And of course, then we also find out that she's, I think, more naturally gifted with the Force than Kylo Ren is, due to their final fight. Before I go on, there's spoilers, by the way, before I really get into it. So if you don't want spoilers, leave now. Okay, as I was saying, due to their final fight, you can see Rey seems more, when she started using the Force, she seems more naturally gifted with it in a way, and she seems like a better melee fighter than Ren is. But I'm not trying to talk who's better. What I'm trying to talk about is why I think she's going to turn to the dark side. And here are a couple of reasons. Number one, see, throughout the movie, we see that Kylo Ren is conflicted. Like, he says it himself, he feels like the call to the light side. He's like conflicted between being good and bad. And he doesn't really fully embrace dark side until he kills his father, Han Solo. But the thing is, he has a look after Han Solo falls, almost of like regret, but it's only there for a second before Chewbacca decides to shoot him. But the thing is, Kylo Ren is trying to be angry. He's trying to go to the dark side. Rey has a legitimate reason to be angry. Kylo Ren never had a reason. Yeah, he thinks his dad's weak and all that, but he never had like a really definitive reason to join the dark side, except for he wants to be as powerful as Darth Vader. He aspires to be him or something like that. He looks to him as like a role model. We'll find out more, damn sure, in the future movies. But Rey, she was abandoned when she was a kid. She was left behind, and her parents or whoever left her there never came back. And that's one of the reasons that would fuel Rey to be angry. And here's the thing I think I noticed about the final fight between her and Kylo. Once Rey started using the Force, she fought back, but she almost seemed like she was angry. Like, she wasn't calm. She looked like she was just being angry, attacking back at Kylo. I mean, she was like launching that lightsaber at him with a furious anger. It almost seemed, and I think Snoke or Snook, however you pronounce it, I think in episode 8, at one point I think Kylo Ren is going to be trained as full as he's going to be a lot more powerful, and I think him and Rey will meet again, and they'll fight. And wherever the outcome, I think either maybe Ren may die. I think Snoke will see that Rey is so much more powerful than Kylo. And with the anger that Rey has, one, because he was abandoned, two, Finn she doesn't know if Finn's alive or not. And you gotta remember, here's the thing. The reason why I think she's so angry over the abandonment issue is that near the start of the movie, when Rey and Finn are running away from the stormtroopers trying to escape Jakku, when the explosion happens behind them, Finn gets temporarily knocked out, and Rey goes over and wakes him up. And the first thing Finn says is, "Are you okay?" And there's almost like a look on Rey's face of surprise, because like it almost seems like she's not used to people caring about her well-being before their own, especially someone who just got up and being knocked out. And later on, when Rey finds out it was Finn's idea to come back for her, she hugs him and says, "Thank you," almost saying, like no one's ever done this for her before. No one's ever cared about her enough before to actually come rescue her or help her. And then when Kylo injured Finn, possibly Rey might think he's dead now. She could be holding a more anger towards Kylo over possibly killing Finn, as well as killing Han Solo, who Rey, as we found out when Kylo entered her mind, says she felt like he was the father she never had. So I feel there's that anger fueling up towards Kylo, and of course the abandonment issues. And I think Snoke is going to see this, and I think she's going to manipulate her and get her to join the dark side. Because from what I've seen in Force Awakens, this seems to be mirroring the original trilogy a bit, but they have their own twists on it. And I think Rey is going to turn to the dark side. I think it'll be a great twist, and it makes sense too, because I think she is going to turn dark side. I just feel like she is, because she seems naturally more powerful. I would make the reason why she killed Kylo, I think it would make more sense. Although I have no problem with the fight. I think like, let's be fair, she was on the defensive most time, and then she got offensive. But that's for another time. The point is, I believe Rey will turn to the dark side. And then I think it's either kill Kylo or something's going to happen there. I'm not sure what's going to happen with Kylo Ren, but I do believe Rey is going to turn dark side and become the new apprentice. But here's what I think, though. Here's what I think is going to happen then. In episode 9, I believe Finn's not dead, let's be serious, right? Finn is not going to die. So I believe Finn is going to be alive by episode 9. He's going to be in episode 8, I believe. And whatever happens with him, I believe at one point he's going to meet up with Rey again. And I think he'll be the one to bring her back to the light side. Because, again, he was the first one that saw who truly compassion towards Rey. And Rey knows that. And you can tell they formed some form of bond. Is it friends or romantic? We're not sure. But you can tell they formed some form of bond. And I feel like that. I feel like if she does turn to the dark side, Finn will be the one to bring her back. And it'd be a nice story for Finn, going from this stormtrooper to this guy who wanted to run away, to this guy who failed to take on Kylo, to overall become this guy who brings her back to the light. I think it'd just be a really nice story, and it just makes so much sense to me because it's a perfect arc. Rey builds up this anger, turns to the dark side. Finn goes from stormtrooper to somewhat of a hero and brings Rey back to the light. I think it'd be a good arc between the two, and I feel like that's where the movie's going to head. I feel like that's where they're going to go. Rey will turn dark side in episode 8 and be brought back by Finn. I feel like that is where they go. If that doesn't happen, I will honestly be surprised. Not saying my thing is definitive, but I feel like that'd be an interesting way to go. And I don't. There's too many hints to me that could be where she goes. Because in the final fight with Kylo, when she's walking around and staring at him, she has this face that almost reminds me of Anakin Skywalker in a way or something. I just feel like that's where it could go. And if she's indeed a Skywalker, there's the dark side is always there's always some bit of dark side in that family. Vader's the perfect example. Luke didn't give in to it. But the thing is, that doesn't mean Rey won't, if she is indeed his daughter. I just feel like that's where they're heading. That's all I wanted to say. I hope you enjoyed this theory, and well, if you don't agree with it, leave in the comments, tell me what you think may happen. And as always, thank you for listening. Subscribe, comment, like, and as always, may the Force be with you, and see you next time.